million hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the U.S., and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at c3adjusters.com and learn how we can help you save time and get claims paid faster.
Whoa, what in the heck? Oh no. Happy Monday, Hailstalkers. I'm apparently, my colors are all messed up here, guys. What the heck? Hang on, let me, So it happens when I didn't get to, we had a lot of hail happen, which means I did not get a chance to prep everything in time. So it looks like we got there's something weird going on the chroma key effect here. I'll try really hard to fix this real fast. Nope, that's not it either. What the heck? Why is it all like negative? That's super weird. I don't know why. Don't know why it's doing this. This is a new problem here. So it's very possible I may stop the video and try to fix this, unless you guys are okay with it. I think otherwise everything's fine, other than I look weird. The video should work fine. I'm just gonna have to mess around with some settings. And no one touched the camera over the weekend, so I don't know what in the hell happened. But we might just kind of push through this here, guys. We have a lot to talk about. So let's just jump through. New errors all the time apparently here. So let's just kind of go through here again. I look a little strange, but you know what? Whatever. I look like an 80s music video. Either way, our website is up and available. You need some guidance, need some training. We can get you guys some help. Give us a call. We are more than happy to set up a training with Matt. Only thing will be just getting things with the timeline on here. Man, this is really weird looking. But anyway, let's jump into what happened yesterday. We had a lot of reports. This was our first day of over 150 hail reports in 2019, and a little bit of a surprise. It ended up being quite active, a lot more active than what the models were showing. So here's our first 3-star map. We have Wichita, Hutchinson, and Arkansas City, Kansas. We had up to some baseball-sized hail in some areas, and about 75,959 homes impacted. You can see all the pictures here. This one, I believe, was Hutchinson. This one here was north of Hutchinson. This little guy, Wichita itself, he only got some quarters, it looks like. And then we had some bigger hail. That was in Arkansas City as well. So again, Kansas had a pretty good hailstorm yesterday. Lincoln, Hastings, and Brainerd, Nebraska. I was doing live coverage on this one, and the hail ended up not being super big. However, we had baseball-sized hail, but that wasn't in Lincoln or Hastings. However, the wind is the main story here. In Lincoln, Nebraska had upwards of 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and we have a swath on there for wind, and that's really what made it a 3-star map. 57,000 homes impacted. This was the hail right by the airfield in Lincoln, but you can see here, this whole roof got shredded, and that tree got snapped in half. And that's just a couple of the pictures that I saw, and people are sending pictures in as well. So it was a pretty intense storm there. And finally, Lubbock and Andrews and Stratford, Texas. We had up to 3.5-inch hail in that one, and along with some pretty intense tornadoes, thankfully all in pretty rural areas. And we had about 46,418 homes impacted. Quite a bit of hail again. I was doing live coverage on this one. You guys, if you were watching us doing the coverage yesterday, where I wasn't in weird negative space, we had quite a bit of hail ranging from quarter to golf ball size. So that is all the 3-star maps we made. We also did a 2-star map late last night in Norman, Oklahoma. That was on the southern sides of Norman. So we got 2 areas we're watching today. First of which is going to be in the far southeast, down in the Miami area. Looks like we have a 2% chance, maybe up to some ping pong ball size hail. Some storms may form along the sea breeze front this afternoon in the next couple of hours. And most likely going to be sub-severe hail, but there's that chance we could see some hail that is going to be up to ping pong ball size hail. The biggest hail, though, is going to be here across Kansas and down through the Texas Panhandle. We could see Amarillo and Lubbock at risk again today. I think the biggest hailstorms are going to be a little north of Lubbock this time around. So Amarillo's got that 5% versus Lubbock's 2%. Any of these storms could have 3-inch hail or even larger if they get really intense. And we also, that extends all the way into about central Kansas, and then probably up to maybe tennis ball size hail when you're getting closer towards Kansas City. I have for Kansas City a 10% today, and I'm going to show you guys the models in just a second. There has been a very consistent signal of a storm forming kind of close to Lincoln and then making the journey down towards Kansas City for this evening. And of course, you don't want to really stick with too much you don't want to rely too much on a model showing one specific storm, but it is something worth watching. There is some boundaries in play there, so we have to watch this super carefully. It could be a big storm for Kansas City if we get something. And somebody, yes, getting close to Denver. I honestly, past couple model runs, I might even push this a little closer to Denver, a little closer to that front range. I think tomorrow we might actually try to sneak in some front range activity as well. So it looks like we have up to some hail up close to Denver in the next couple of days here, along with the fact that you'll see when I look ahead beyond today, we're going to see some pretty intense looking hail days possible going into the midweek. So this is a future radar, and man, it looks real weird. I look real weird on here. You see storms. This is what I'm talking about here. There's Kansas City. I'll let it roll around again. I'm just off the camera for a second here. And you can see storm forming kind of close to Lincoln, and then it comes roaring down towards Kansas City. And obviously, if that happened, that'd be very large hail. We would be doing live coverage. So we'll see what happens in the Kansas City area later on this evening and to tonight. Other areas we're watching, of course, is storms forming across sections of near Amarillo. And then you have a few storms trying to form. There's Denver right in that little spot there. When it rolls back around again, you can see storms are trying to get a little closer to Denver. So this is that time of year where things are starting to pick up a little bit, and that's what we're expecting for today. And then of course down in Florida, I can't forget about you. You see storms forming this afternoon. Again, any of these could have just some ping pong ball size hail. I don't think anything will be like that Cocoa Beach day. That is a very rare event for Florida. There's much more probably sub-severe hail with up to ping pong balls. So, tell me a story about how playing over. I'm getting to Wednesday, guys. Man, everybody's jumping ahead. So, all right, Tuesday. So we got today's Monday. We got tomorrow. Up to 3-inch hail is possible again. Texas Panhandle. This might be pushing a little further west into New Mexico. So this may not be a super high-end day by any means. I think we're only going to see a bunch of hail reports, because a lot of storm chasers are going to be out there, but I don't think a lot of people are going to be impacted unless we get Amarillo or Lubbock. Latest model data I've been looking at, I might push this all the way up the front range into the Denver area. And that would obviously, change risks. And those of you May 7th, May 8th, that's it. May 8th is the anniversary of that big time hailstorm in Denver from 2017. So, all right, just started watching. Yeah. Have you done the May forecast yet? No, I have not. We've been busy, unfortunately. We haven't had a chance to put that together. I wanted to try to put that together today, but with all the activity from yesterday, and it's already hailing, so we haven't had a chance to do it. So we will get there. Eventually, we'll get there at some point. Hopefully this week. It looks like we're going to be in for a busy week. All right, so future radar did not show up on this one. That's a bummer. Well, it did show storms, even trying to get close to the Denver area. May 8th, yes, May 8th is the anniversary of the big Denver storm. So Merlin Law Group, C3 Group, shout out. And you can see 3-inch hail is your hail sizes all the way through to Wednesday. I got a 15% chance of a 3-star map or better on Wednesday, and high population for Wednesday, and we'll show the map here as to why I'm thinking that. There are a lot of people at risk. There you go. Everybody asking about Wednesday. There you go. Dallas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Abilene, all the way down to Houston, San Antonio, even east towards Cincinnati. Could have some warm front play here across areas like St. Louis, Cincinnati, Louisville, and Indianapolis. Kansas City, you're in play. Everywhere along I-35 and 44. So that's looking to be potentially on Wednesday a pretty active day. The big thing that is going to come down is our boundary is going to be in play. There are going to be storms on Tuesday that wash out certain areas of the risk area. This won't be this huge by Wednesday morning. I think we're going to probably narrow it down to certain areas that we think will be the more likely solution for big time hail. Somebody asked about Derek. He's doing fine. He's recovering. Those of you who don't know, it looks like he ended up having surgery on his gallbladder. Unfortunately, this past weekend, while he was celebrating his wedding anniversary, he had a pretty bad gallbladder attack from a gallstone. So he had emergency surgery. He will be back in Oklahoma on Tuesday. And unfortunately, that's kind of cut into our storm chasing a little bit. But he is recovering nicely. Everything went well. So he'll be back and better than ever once we get towards the end of this week. Can use this effect for 5-star days. Yes. Yeah, I can use this effect. I don't know how the camera did this. I turned it off on Friday and I haven't been here since, so I don't know what kind of craziness is going on in the computer system right now. So anyway, moving forward, Thursday, once we get past Wednesday, on Thursday, I have a 2% chance 3-star. A lot of questions in the air about Thursday because of the fact that Wednesday could be a pretty active day and we could really push a lot of the moisture and instability out of the area. We could have a lot of little squall lines and things that don't really promote hail growth. So that's why I'm only at 2% up to golf ball size hail. This one of all the days, I think Thursday could change around a lot. It could really downtrend more or uptrend a ton. Wednesday, I think there will be big hail somewhere. It's just kind of narrowing down exactly where that's going to be. So area concern on Thursday, eastern section. I think Dallas here, I'm just barely out of that. All the way down to Houston, Little Rock Point South, and then another area here across Illinois, Indiana, maybe Chicago, and close to the Detroit area, and my weird shadows on here as well. Yes, it's a psychedelic forecast today. Accidental psychedelic. And Friday, to be determined. It's starting to look like we're not going to see a lot of hail on Friday where this system's going to push off the coast, and we're going to reset going into the following weekend. But that could change if things slow down a little bit, or if Thursday ends up being not that big of a deal, and we have a way to have moisture come back. So, to be determined for now. Show us the storm on Wednesday. Well, I can't show you guys that, unfortunately. I don't have the model date. I don't have the models for everything up on here. I can tell you that right now. I know William Roach, Wednesday could be pretty big across I-35 corridor if everything all comes together just right. Follow us here on Facebook. Hit see first. We promise my videos have technical difficulties every once in a while. This is definitely the most unique one so far, and I know some of you guys might actually kind of like it, I guess, but it'll be fixed by the next time this video comes up. I'm going to fix this right now. So we'll see you guys tomorrow at 12 p.m. unless, of course, large storms happen across Kansas City or Amarillo, Lubbock, wherever, any sort of large city area. We, of course, will go live as we always do, and it'll be here at the office since it is a weekday. Give us a call, email us, or visit our website at hailtrace.com for any comments, questions, or concerns you may have, or if you need help getting everything set up and understood with the website with some training. And follow us on Instagram as well. I know we haven't been super busy, super active the past couple days. Fortunately, we get a little bit bigger. What time will Lincoln storm form and head to Kansas City? It'd be in the evening, some point after about 5 p.m. And then it would be moving through, and the models were showing moving through Kansas City like in the overnight hours after about 9 or 10. So, with that, any other comments, questions, or concerns you may have, especially if you're not watching this live and I didn't answer any questions, put it in the comment section below and I'll try to check in on it from time to time today. Unless, of course, things get crazy a little early, then I probably won't be looking too much. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Fingers crossed through those hail dances that we'll be back later on today with more live coverage. If not, I'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. for another full hail forecast. This one probably a little less psychedelic. Have a great rest of your Monday, everybody.